Alright, this is Psalms 146:5. It says, "Happy is he that hath the power of Jacob for his help, whose help is in Yahweh, his power." Right, so our power, man, Jacob being the patriarch of the 12 tribes of Israel, who today would be the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, according to history and according to the prophecies. All right, our power is Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. That's our strength, and that's what we rely on, and that's ultimately how we're going to achieve the kingdom of heaven, which will be established here on earth. All right, before going any further, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the elect that are pushing this truth and sincerity, and charity and faith. Yeah, man, that's our power. That's our strength. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play this short video before going any further on that chapter. This is a very spiritual video.
Grubhub, restaurants you love delivered.
How you doing, Chief? Easy. Wouldn't want our little friend here to wind up on the back of a milk cart now, would we?
Now, keep in mind as we go on, he's going to refer to Blade as a day walker. All right, which we would be the day walkers, man. We're the walkers of the day. We walk with the light. We're able to see in dark places, man.
It's nice to finally meet you, man. Had my eye on you for years. I know all about you. Your serum, Whistler, everything. Sunblock. Hey, it's a start, right? The goal, of course, is to be like you. The day walker. You got the best of both worlds, don't you? All our strengths, none of our weaknesses. Well, maybe I don't see it that way. Oh, so it's back to pretending.
See, in the Edomite over there that you have holding the Moabite or the Ammonite, I'm not really sure, but holding the heathen, man. All right, that's Esau having charge of the world, having charge over the heathen, and you see how he envies the blessings of Jacob. All right, the strengths that Jacob has, man. And what is that strength? We just read that out of Psalms 146 in the 5th chapter. Was our blessing, man, our heritage, our power is Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right, the only thing that Esau got blessed with is carnal, man. And through the prophecies, we know that his kingdom is coming through to an end. All right, his carnality is over.
We're human again? Come on, spare me the Uncle Tom routine, okay? You can't keep denying what you are, man. You think the humans will ever accept a half-breed like you? They can't. They're afraid of you. And they should be. You're an animal. You're a fucking maniac. Look at them. They're cattle. Pieces of meat. What difference does it make how their world ends?
Right, so you got Jacob walking in the light that shines in dark places. All right, and then and really that's only the elect. All right, because the 2/3 are going to continue on in that heathenistic mind state. All right, continuing walking on as cattle or sheep. All right.
Plague, war, famine. Morality doesn't even enter into it. We're just a function of natural selection. The new race. Looks like your mascara's running. Offering you a truce. I want you with us. What do you think? I'm stupid? Alright, Dale. Ane prota uchano. Says nu praga o porta. Umpano. You familiar with the blood god? Frost. You're nothing to me but another dead vampire. You're an idiot, you know that? I came down here offering you an easy way out, and you spit it right back in my fucking face. Careful. What do I care? They're nothing but cattle. Just like you said. If you want to take the hard road, be my guest now. But I promise you, by the time this is over, you're gonna wish they never cut you from your mother's womb.
That's about it on that, man. You know, then he goes forth and you know, delivers the girl. And you know, this video, it ain't for no personal gain, you know, just only for the edification of the body, man, just to bring out the point or the analogy that you know, through the spirit I had in mind. You know, one of the brothers shared this on the group chat, and you know, through the spirit I was already reading this Psalms 146. All right, but you see how Esau, man, they envy our covenant with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that goes into that Hebrews. That Esau, there is no repentance for Esau, man. No matter how much he cries and sobs for repentance to receive the blessing, he ain't gonna, man. He's lived out his blessing, which is to reign carnally over the world for an allotted time, and they've done that. And by doing so, they've oppressed all nations, man. Not even just the 12 tribes of Israel, but all nations have been oppressed under their thumb. All right, and that's ultimately why judgment's coming their way, man. And that was a perfect example too, how the Edomite held the heathen right there, man, and was willing just to use her as a bargaining tool. You know, which Jake, you know, Jake, we really, man, we got in the kingdom, you know, order will be established. And all the nations will be able to enjoy their own land, all right, under the rule of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right. But anyway, going on, Psalms 146:1. But Esau is going to be destroyed forever, man, because, you know, he's the wicked. He was just created to be the wicked. All right. So jumping back on it, Salakia. Psalms 146:1. It says, "Praise ye Yahweh, praise the Yahweh, O my soul. While I live, will I praise Yahweh. I will sing praises unto my power while I have any being. Put on your trust, or put not your trust in princes." All right, what's a form of a prince? All right, just those rulership, those vain physicians out here in the world, man. And that main prince, that main source of vain power being Esau, Edom. All right, putting their trust in Esau, man. This government shut down. Everybody's celebrating. Oh, thank you, Trump, giving us the 3 weeks. All he gave was 3 weeks, man. It's going to end again after that if an emergency shutdown doesn't appear. You know, maybe he'll seal it up and get his money for his wall. But we know through the spirit, man, through the prophecies that his time is up anyway. All right, so a lot of these doors are opening, man, getting the average peon mind prepared to hear the following news, man. The RFID chip getting pushed out on a mandatory level. All right, it's gonna just be not be a big shock. All right, when stuff starts getting deeper and deeper. All right, which it's already getting more crazy as you see us on the mainstream media, man. But we got to remember to stay faithful, because we know our blessing, man, is Yahweh by Shem Yahushai in the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is that spiritual boot, that spiritual kicker to keep brothers' mind right, to keep their heads up. All right, give them that faith boost, man. Lord willing, this is boosting, all right, so to speak, for the elect. All right, let's read that again, verse 3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. Right, there ain't no help in the Son of Man. Because going on in the 4th verse, it says, his breath goeth forth, he returneth to earth, in that very day his thoughts perish. Right. All man has a beginning and an end, man. And when they go back to the earth, all their thoughts, everything they had with them perisheth, man. So if your blessing is carnal, then what do you have to show? Nothing. Because our blessing, man, endureth forever and reigns forever. All right, and that's why Esau is envious towards us. All right, and that's why we need to remain faithful, man. Esau is envious, but we got that faith. All right, that's one of our strengths. All right, you got to concentrate on your strengths and your weaknesses, man, in order to grow. Verse 5, it says, "Happy is he that hath the power of Jacob for his help." Yeah, Yahweh. All right, and us being potential members of the elect, man, we have that power for our help. All right, we hope for that power for our help to continue through these dark times that we're entering, and ultimately all the way up to the kingdom, man. We got to get through it. We're getting into these heavy times, man. You got a lot of Jakes getting scared. All right, whatever the case might be, but man, let's get through the bitter in order to taste the sweet. All right, as it's written in the book of Proverbs, honey to a full soul is nothing, but honey to a hungry soul is sweet. All right, so you have to take in the bitter in order to appreciate the sweet, and that's what we're trying to do, man. So let's just get through it. Let's get through these dark times in order to get through the light times. All right. Continuing, it says, "Whose hope is Yahweh, his power." So leaving no room for question. All right, our hope, Jacob's hope, Jacob's power is Yahweh, man. Verse 6, it says, "Which made heaven and earth and the sea and all that is therein, which keepeth truth forever." Right, keepeth truth forever, and showing you that his promises are made slack. He promised that Jacob would inherit the world. All right, so that wasn't no lie. He promised that Esau would be cut off at a certain point. So that was no lie. All right, and he promised that when Esau was cut off, Jacob would be established to reign over the earth, and there would be no more war, man, after those 1,000 years are up. All right, after Esau is completely destroyed and gone. All right, so let's go ahead, jump down to verse 7. It says, "Which executeth judgment for the oppressed." Who are the oppressed? The 12 tribes of Israel, man, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Ultimately, the whole universe is oppressed at this point, man, like I was saying. All right, you got even the animals and the insects are oppressed under the thumb of Esau, man. All right, the air we breathe in is oppressed. All right, the elements, they've corrupted. Okay, it says, "Which giveth food to the hungry." All right, giveth food to the hungry. All right, those hungry souls, man. This is a form of food right here. All right, that you got to take in that spiritual food, man. It's like Yahweh Shai told Satan when he was tempting him, just like you just saw Satan tempting Blade in this analogy clip. All right, he told him, as it's written, when he offered him food to leave the Most High and cleave on to Satan, cleave on to the carnalities of this world, he offered him food. All right, but Yahweh Shai responded and told him, as it's written, man shall not live on bread alone. What does that mean? Obviously, you got to take in a form of food to sustain your life. But what he was talking about, man, is the spiritual food, the spiritual manna. All right, this form right here, the breakdowns of the scriptures, man, the clean breakdowns. All right, going on, it says, "Yahweh looseth the prisoners." All right, who's caught up in these prisons, man? They have that show on Netflix, I believe it's called the 13th Amendment or something to that effect. All right, and it goes into the history of these prison houses and how when slavery was abolished, man, they set these up to trap Jake. Actually, I was watching another documentary about the Salakia, what's it called? The Prohibition. All right, Prohibition. That was also set up to lock Jacob, to him Jacob, because you had all these rich Edomites, man, and they were allowed, all right, to get alcohol from certain distilleries and stock up their households and have their certain parties. But as soon as you saw Jake with the flask, they were giving them, I believe it was 10 years. 10 years for just some simple working Jake. All right, trying to make his way in America for catching him with a flask of alcohol, man. Because they know, man, Jake is oppressed, man. Jake has always sought some sort of physician, some sort of remedy to heal himself. All right, and sadly, that's usually in the form of alcohol, usually in the form of some kind of drugs, man. But now that we got this truth, man, we're leaving that way. That's why you see that opioid epidemic hitting Esau Edom, because we acknowledge who our power is, man. Happy is he who hath the power of Jacob for his help. That's our remedy, man. That's our strength. All right, so you see all this turning around in Esau's face now, man. It's beautiful. It's just a testimony to the times that we're living in. All right, verse 8. So and Yahweh's loosening the prisons, man. He's letting us out. He's bringing us out of them spiritual shackles and bringing us into life, man. Letting us walk with that candle of light so we can see in dark places. And really, man, prison is the worst place for Esau to put us at this point. All right, because when you go to prison, man, one of the highest sook things is knowledge. You have nothing to do but to self-reflect. All right, and there are many Hebrew Israelites within those prisons, man. And my advice to you, brothers, you know, is to try to get out of that system, which many of us won't be able to. But what does it say, man? Yahweh will loose us, man, because they're going to be pushing forth that chip. That's going to be one of the first places, because you're no longer an American citizen, man. You're property of the government. Same thing with the military. You're no longer an American citizen. You're property of the government. All right, get through these last couple verses, Salakia. It's verse 8. It says, Yahweh openeth the eyes to the blind. Right, we were blind, man. He's showing us sight. All right, letting us see in these dark places. It says, Yahweh raiseth them that are bowed down. Right, showing you the righteous humility that you need to have, man. Being humble. All right. It says, Yahweh and being bowed down by Esau Edom, man. Being brought down to our knees. All right, you see, you have all these different vain so-called revolutionaries popping up, these freedom fighters. All right, and what brought that to mind, man, was one of the quotes by Emiliano Zapata. All right, one of those Ishikarites of the Northern Kingdom trying to bring freedom to his people, man. And his quote was, "I would rather live. I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees." All right, but that being a testimony, man, what was he brought to? Nothing, because he wasn't cleaving to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. All right, but now you got Israelites cleaving to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and it's not just the so-called Latino, not just the so-called Negro, nor just the Native American, man, but we're binding together with the spirit of power Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. That's the most scary thing that could happen to Esau Edom in these times. All right, going on, and he's lifting us up, man. It says, so we were brought down to our knees to live on our knees, man, but Yahweh is bringing us up to our feet, turning the tables. It says, Yahweh loveth the righteous, right? So we got to do what we can to stay righteous in the eyes of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. It says, Salakia, it says, verse 9, it says, Yahweh preserveth the strangers, he relieveth the fatherless, because we've lived as strangers, we've lived as the fatherless, we've lived as the widow and the widow. It says, but the way of the wicked, he turneth upside down. What did I just say, man? There's a turning upside down of things coming, man. All right, we're living on our knees. It's time for Esau to live on theirs, man, and then just to die on their knees. It goes on to verse 10. Yahweh shall reign forever, even thy power, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye Yahweh. All right, so Lord willing, this is an edifying boost, uplifting to the elect, man. Say, call halal yim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone that rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Shalom, Yesharallah.